Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Markus Olind Loves Porn and Capitalism. We just wrapped up the Republican National Convention. I just wrapped up a big old joint that I smoked. It was all the random shit that you have left over. You know, it's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that and some leftover tobacco and, you know, a little bit of random shit. I don't even know what all was in there that I smoked, but smoked that, got rid of some of I had to clean up, do a little bit of cleanup on my weed tray. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll this into a nice, fat, obese-sized joint. And that's what I did. And, you know, that's the coalition that we really need, is that every strain, every kind of indica, everyone coming together. So that's what I just enjoyed prior to this. And then I remembered, oh yeah, the RNC just happened. It's crazy, dude. Is like, after going from the DNC to the RNC, it's just such a flip. And I don't mean in a good way. I just mean in just the opposite. Just the opposite, because it was basically open mic for conservatives. They were just like, oh, you got a conservative talking point? Yep, you get a spot at the RNC. Oh, did you pull guns on people marching down your street? Spot at the RNC. Like, getting booked at the RNC, I don't think they went on who was the best. I just think they were like, dude, we can market you. They fucking put Nicholas Sandman on there. They're like, dude, I know you have no experience in this, but we're going to make you on the fucking RNC. I'm going to have you do a little video. Send in your 5-minute clip, Nick Sandman. He's the richest 18-year-old on the planet. And then Trump closed it out every single night. That's amazing. It's insane, actually. 4 nights in a row. Trump closing it out. Hot 45 minutes. Just fucking 4 nights in a row. Look, I have had some headline gigs in my career. I've only been doing comedy about 5 years. I've had some headline gigs. I've done some of those 45-minute sets. 4 nights in a row. That's good work right there, man. That's good work. Trump dog out there fucking putting in work at the RNC. And then after the RNC, Rand Paul got his pussy ass curly-headed fuck shithead beaten in by some protesters. I don't think he actually got beaten up. And I like Rand Paul. His hair's weird. I'm jealous of it, but it might also be a fake wig. Okay, Rand Paul, we know that could be a wig. Totally could be a fucking wig. I don't know. His dad has pretty good hair. Ron Paul has good hair. So maybe Rand Paul but why is it so curly, dude? Like, Rand Paul's hair is so curly. It's just weird, man. Okay, let's put it this way. If the Antifa protesters were shitting on Rand Paul because of his haircut, different story. I don't think he would have anyone defending him if that were the thing. But they were literally shitting on him because he's from Kentucky. I think he's from Kentucky, where Breonna Taylor was murdered. And they were like, say her name. And then everyone on Twitter was quick to call out, well, actually, he was the one who put forward the bill called the Breonna Taylor bill or something. I don't know what the name of it is, but it has her name in it. And it was to end no-knock searches, because that's what that's what they had. They had a no-knock search warrant. When they killed Breonna Taylor, they had a no-knock search warrant. They broke in. The boyfriend started shooting at the cops because he didn't know what the fuck was that. He didn't know it was cops. He was just like, someone broke in the fucking house. I'm shooting. Okay, and then the cops shot back and shot her and killed her and haven't been arrested. And Rand Paul put forward legislation that's supposed to end no-knock search warrants, but you can't tell that to an angry mob. You can't reason with an angry mob and be like, well, actually, I put forward legislation. This is my Rand Paul impression. Well, actually, I put forth some legislation that would actually end the no-knock warrants that gave the police the right to enter the premises without knocking, which ended up in the death, unfortunate killing of Breonna Taylor. Like, you can't say that to a mob and they're just going to be like, oh, okay, what's up, man? That's cool. I'm glad you did that, man. Look at this guy. Look at this guy with the curly hair. Maybe he's got some black in him. I don't know. Maybe Rand Paul has some black in him. That's why he's got the curly hair. I don't know. I've had people theorize that I have some black in me because of my beard. I don't. just based on my knowledge of my history. I haven't done a DNA test, but that's because I'm not giving them my fucking DNA. I don't play that shit. Hey, just send us your spit. Just send us your spit. What's wrong with that? Just send us your spit. I do not understand how people are just like, yeah, I'll send you my spit, bro. You can have my spit. Dude, they can frame you for any crime they want to now because they have your spit. Because you wanted to find out what percentage Irish you were. So you send them your spit like an idiot. I'm not sending them my spit. I don't need to know. I got a German passport. What the fuck do I need to know my exact percentage heritages? Fuck that. I'm not sending them my spit. It's crazy talk. It's crazy talk. Almost as crazy as the craziest thing, in my opinion, was they also got a blind Chinese guy to fucking talk at the RNC. That was the diversity. They had black people too. They had Tim Scott, the classics, right? The classic alt-right, black lineup. They had the alt-right Def Jam fucking hits. They had Tim Scott. They had that Herschel Walker. They had, I don't know who else they fucking had. They had some Georgia Democrat, actually. They had a Democrat. See, and I think that's probably what's going to help them. Well, actually, no, the DNC did it too. They got John Kasich. They're both like looking for the traitors on each other's sides. Like, oh, John Kasich, they didn't like you at the Republicans. Come over to the Democratic National Convention. And then the Republicans are like, hey, man, you're a Democrat who likes guns. Come on, come talk. Come talk at RNC. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Catered by Chick-fil-A, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know if they had Chick-fil-A at the White House. That would be hilarious, though, if they did. But yeah, they had this blind Chinese guy. I don't know his name. I think his actual name is Chen. I'm not trying to be racist. I think his name is Chen, and his last name, it doesn't matter how many times I look at it, it will be pronounced racistly, so I'm not even going to do it. But his first name, I believe, is Chen. He's a blind Chinese guy from China, ergo Chinese, and he I think he had like family. I listened to his speech, but I was just making jokes the whole time in my head, so I wasn't really listening to what he was saying. But he was saying something along the lines of like, when he was living in China, the Chinese government was like fucking arresting his family or some the classic talking points about why communism is bad. They're going to come for your family and they're going to do all these mean things to you. They don't tell you any of the good things about China. Right? Like they get edited South Park. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. They get to watch the NBA. They don't need to buy NBA League Pass. They just get the NBA. Isn't that amazing? Maybe they're onto something with that communism. If we get free NBA, come on. And obviously, more riots have been happening all over the country because a pudgy 17-year-old shot some people, and there's people defending him. There's people shitting on him, calling him the worst thing in the world, and there's people like, what a hero. I'm like, dude, first of all, he's 17. He knows not what he does on both ends of it. I don't think he's as evil as you think he is, and I don't think he's as courageous as other people think he is. He's a 17-year-old who illegally brought a fucking machine gun from one state to another. I think he brought it into Illinois or from Illinois to Wisconsin. I don't know. It's in Kenosha. I'm talking about the Kenosha incident. Okay. There were a bunch of riots in Kenosha, Wisconsin, because a black man was shot in the back 7 times by police after he tried to go into his car. Now, he had already resisted arrest and then was trying to get into the car that had his 3 kids in the back. Apparently, there was a search warrant out for him, and then he got shot in the back 7 times. I don't know if there was a weapon. It doesn't matter if there was a weapon because they still shot him 7 times. They didn't even use the taser. I don't know. I don't know if they used the taser. That would be interesting evidence. I think that's important. If they didn't use the taser, why the fuck do you have a taser? If you're not going to use the guy's back's turned, tase him first. Tase him first. I thought that was the thing. Unless he's got a gun, which doesn't seem to be any evidence that he did, why not tase him first? Just throwing that one out there. But they didn't. They shot him 7 times, and riots erupted all over Kenosha. And I've been amazed by the last 4 years of riots. It's probably 3 months, but it feels like last 4 years of riots after George Floyd and after Jacob Blake in Wisconsin. I did not realize that there were this many black people in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Look, I've done comedy in a lot of black rooms, and I've heard tons and tons of black comedians literally talk about places like Wisconsin and Minnesota like, there's no black people there. Why would you go there? Racist cops. Obviously, that doesn't excuse it, but it's interesting to me because I'm like, wow, so there actually is a significant population of black people in Minnesota and in Wisconsin. Obviously, Minneapolis is a big city. I've been to Minneapolis. I knew Minneapolis had a larger black population. They have a very large Somalian immigrant community, which is black. If you didn't know, Somalia is in Africa. But Kenosha, Wisconsin, I really had no knowledge of Kenosha except for that 70s show, which I don't even think is shot in Kenosha, but I think they referenced it a couple times. Long story short, shit was going down, right? Because they just shot this dude in the back. He's paralyzed. He's in the hospital. They arrested him still. They're like, these cops are like, well, we're not going to not arrest him. So they fucking arrested him still, even though he's paralyzed from the leg down. He literally cannot walk. But they got him handcuffed to the bed, apparently. And in the aftermath, as they talk about, in the aftermath of the protests, of the peaceful protests, you had the riots, you had shit burning, and you had this little fucking kid, Kyle Rittenhouse, Kyle Rittenhauser Meyer Schmidt, some very German Kenosha, Illinois, Wisconsin last name. And his first name's fucking Kyle. Fuck that. Fucking Kyle. I almost got named Kevin. I'm glad I didn't. But they gave him a shitty name like Kyle. A very good, strong German last name. And then they fucking named him Kyle. Fucking Kyle Rittenhouse. Or whatever his fucking name is. Running around with his backwards douche cap, too. That was the biggest thing I would say. Is his backwards douche cap didn't help him. Okay? I don't know when these white dudes, because I wear hats. I'm a white guy. I wear hats, but I don't wear that like, it's like curved. It's like a golf hat, like you're trying to be a frat bro. And I get it. I was in a frat, but wear a fitted, bro. Wear a Milwaukee Brewers hat or something. I'm a baseball guy. That's what I would wear. Because if you're going to wear that hat, wear it forward or you look like, get a hunting hat or something like that. Especially if you're going to run around with an M16, get a fucking hunting hat. Okay. Just play the part all the way around. But he's running around with this fucking AK. I keep calling it the wrong name. I think it's an AR-15. I think that's the gun he actually had. I don't know. I'm assuming that's what that's like the name everyone, that's the scapegoat gun, the AR-15. The guy in Austin, Texas, I think he had he had the AK-47. This guy had this kid who should have been in school. Open the damn schools, okay? Let him shoot up the school. Don't let him shoot up protests. Let him shoot up the school. You know what you're doing. You know what you did when you shut down the schools. You put that school shooter on the streets. Who really is responsible for this? It's not Kyle Rittenhauser. You put him in that situation. That kid should have been in school shooting up an algebra class. But you said no. COVID. Can't go to school. Can't go to school. And now look what happened. It's just shooting up the street. And it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Because he did kill some people. And he should have been killing kids. Okay? He should have been killing kids his own age. Pick on someone your own age, Kyle. You fucking idiot. Probably never had sex. Just looked like he didn't have sex. Everyone was calling him an incel. Probably. The school shooter kid definitely doesn't have fuck. Okay? I saw a picture of him wearing Crocs. Kids who wear Crocs don't fuck. Okay? Adults who wear Crocs fuck. Okay, once you get to 35 and you own a house and you have a mortgage and you wear Crocs because they're comfortable, then you're fucking with Crocs. When you're 17 and you only are wearing them because they got an American flag on them and your grandma gave them for you for Christmas because she knew you loved America, that kid doesn't fuck. Whole different thing. Entirely different thing, actually. And that's what's going on in Kenosha right now. They're still rioting. They're still going nuts. And let them. Who cares? It's Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin. It's going to let them have it. It's going to be snowy up there soon. The Packers are going to be playing. Everybody's going to be excited about that, okay? But for now, let them have some fun. It's fine. It's fine. I'm looking here. They had the March on Washington. It was the, I think, 57th anniversary of the MLK I Have a Dream speech. I think 57 years. That number might be wrong. Again, I smoked that joint of fucking everything. So I believe that it's been 57 years since he gave that speech. We could probably do some quick math. When did he give that? 63? That sounds about right. And, you know, as a country, as we reflect on that speech and everything he said in that speech, most people don't remember much of the speech. I only remember two parts of the speech, one being content of character rather than color of skin, the one that you hear on all the right-wing radio stations. And then the other one about one day black kids and white kids will sit down at the table of brotherhood. And here is my point right now. If we're sitting down at this table of brotherhood, better have some good-ass food. That food better be slapping, okay? I want some fucking Southern Creole food. I want some Eastern European goulash, okay? I want some potato pancakes. I would like, if we're really going to make it diverse, I want some Asian food in there as well. Definitely some dumplings, okay? Some dumplings. If we got to get the blind Chinese guy to cook them, fine. I'm sure he makes great dumplings. I'm sure Chen makes great dumplings. And I want to make sure that we have a tasty meal at this table of brotherhood. Because if we're going to do it, I want to have a good meal, okay? I don't want it to suck. I want it to be tasty. I want there to be some flavor. I want some salt to be involved for sure. We need to have some seasoning as well. But I want the Asians there too. I do. I say that not only because of my love for dumplings, but also because I like Asian people. They're cool. Asian people are fucking cool, man. So yeah, there's the big march on Washington. People are assembling peacefully. First Amendment right. Big fan of First Amendment rights. Big fan. That's this guy. Big fan of First Amendment rights. Because it's part of capitalism, you know. Capitalism means if you want to go do it, you go fucking do it, okay? I'm not stopping you. Now, if you want to stop me from doing something, now we got a problem. That is part of the point of capitalism. You go out there and you do it. You do what you want to do. Kyle Rittenhouse. No, that kid, again, did he have the right to bear that arm? I don't know what the law is locally, okay? But he was 17. He was 17, okay? And also, fair point, we give 17-year-olds fucking M16s and send them to Iraq. We do that. We've done it. We probably still do it. I think we do. I don't know where we send them now. Libya, fucking somewhere. But we're still taking 17-year-olds and sending them with M16s fucking anywhere we want to send him. How is this kid different? Well, first of all, this kid wasn't in the military. That I know of. He didn't have any training. Okay, probably would have been a good idea to get some training. Now, I know, again, the right-wing people online are like, well, he looked pretty good, well-trained when he shot that dude in the arm. Did he? Or did he just get lucky? Because he looked like he was going up against an Antifa guy who didn't even know how to hold the gun. Okay, so you're really, I think you're dealing with, and this is the hilarious part to me, basically the Civil War right now is being fought between Antifa and the Proud Boys, okay? That is the Civil War at this point. Antifa and the Proud Boys. You could not pick two bigger groups of pussies than Antifa and the Proud Boys. And that's who's going to fight the Civil War? Who are the new Civil War heroes going to be? Fucking Kyle and Adrian? Like, who the fuck are these? What the fuck are these people that we're having in this modern Civil War? Real people are out there buying Tesla stock and Bitcoin, okay? That's what the real American heroes are doing right now. They're funding renewable energy with Tesla, okay? Electric cars, and they're buying Bitcoin, which will give economic freedom to everybody. Those are the two things that real patriots are doing. Why do I say that? Because I'm doing it, okay? I'm not running around the streets with a backwards hat and a fucking machine gun. I'm not doing that. Couple reasons. I don't have the hat and I don't have a machine gun. I'm not saying if I did, I'd be out there. I was at Walmart earlier and they had some guns. They had some big old rifles, as you would say. And, they always talk about how you can buy guns at Walmart. And all I ever see normally, I shop in Michigan at the Walmarts. Normally, all I see at the Walmart is BB guns. And these did not look like BB guns. These looked like bigger weapons. Now, they could have just been big BB guns. Who knows? I didn't look that closely. It was about $500 for one of them. I was like, that's kind of a lot for a fucking BB gun. Just saying. So I think these were some pump action 22 shotguns that they had there for about $400, $500. It's just crazy that you can buy a watermelon and a rotisserie chicken and then a shotgun at the same place. It's amazing. What a beautiful country. Walmart, baby. I went there. I bought some shampoo and conditioner for my beard. And some other little knickknacks that I needed. Then I went across the street to Kroger and picked up some meat. Because again, capitalism, I don't want to buy my wheat. I'll buy my wheat at Walmart if they sell it there. But my meat, I know that Kroger has a better meat selection, right? Beautiful thing about capitalism, selection. The ability to say, I'm going to buy some things from one person and some things from another. Rather than under communism, where all of that would be one big Walmart. And I would have to buy my meat there. And I'd be like, damn it. They don't have the best meat at Walmart. They don't have bad meat. The meat selection at Walmart's a little bit better than Aldi. But Kroger has a real nice meat selection. I got a nice big fat sirloin steak. I got some pork chops. I got some little medallion steaks as well for, I just made them so I have them for the next couple days so I can eat healthy. Trying to do that. It's an important thing, It's important to eat healthy, bro. And we are going to get into the porn star of the podcast here in a bit. But before we do, there was another issue that I wanted to talk about that I don't think a lot of people are going to be addressing. I don't think there's going to be enough people addressing this issue specifically. And that is Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe resigning due to health issues. Are you kidding me? The Prime Minister of Japan is resigning over health issues. I don't know if I believe that. I think he was poisoned. I think China, when they released this virus, because I still think it was an underground lab where it was designed. Okay, they designed this virus to fuck up Trump. I think they did it intentionally. Q anonymous. But I do think there is something to this. I think, because I think China wants to take over Japan. I really think they do. China, I think, is hell-bent on war. They've been building up and building up and building up, and I think they want to fucking have the war. I think they want to do it. They're going to take Taiwan first. Just cause Hitler took Austria first. He was like, mine. That's how it's going to happen. They're going to take Taiwan. Then I think their big mistake is they're probably going to start a two-front war with Japan, and with India. I think they're going to start that two-front war. Here's the only problem. They can probably win that war. especially if the U.S. doesn't get involved early enough. So now you're going to have a two-front war where China takes over Japan now that Shinzo Abe will resign. He's resigning due to health concerns. And I think China is going to have a plant that they're going to somehow appoint in Japan. They're going to get this fucking person in office. He's just going to bend the knee to China. China's going to take over Japan. Then they're going to take over India. Then they're going to have most of the world at that point. If you combine China and India, that's half the population of the planet. So now you're going to have this fucking superpower, and they're going to be like, hey, Russia, you want to play ball and fuck up America? Or do you want to get fucked up yourself? And I think Russia is probably going to pick play ball. And I don't even think it's going to be hard because America's tearing itself out from the inside, right? We know this. We can see it. It's obvious. America is literally falling apart from the inside. And China is just watching it happen. And they're waiting for when they make their move, okay? And as soon as they've realized America is weak, they're going to start the two-front war. They're going to get Japan. They're going to get China. They're going to already have Japan on lock because they're going to appoint Abe's successor, who's going to be a fucking shill. Mark my words, it's going to be a shill. It's going to be a he, and he's going to be a shill. And India is going to fall, and now you're going to have this superpower while America, the crumbling, dying, former great hero, is going to be falling apart from within while China takes over, and Russia's going to attack with China. And this is going to be just like any superhero movie. Okay, you're going to have this fallen hero, the United States, beaten and bruised and distracted and fat, obese, fucking blood pressure through the roof, just losing it. And it's going to rise to the occasion, and it's going to fight China. It's going to fucking throw all the punches like Avenger Endgame, and it's going to fucking cast all the spells like Harry Potter, and America's going to bring it in this World War III trilogy finale, and America's probably going to lose. Okay, it's probably going to lose, but it's going to be fucking fun to watch. So I hope you guys are strapped in because I'm ready for this. This is going to be amazing. Okay, fuck your high definition movies. This is going to be real life 4K. This is going to be fantastic. I am so looking forward to World War III because this is how it's going to shape out like this. China is going to take over India and Japan, team up with Russia, attack America. America is going to muster the most brilliant rebuttal and then lose at the end. But that's how the world's going to end. And it's going to be sweet because it's going to happen in like the next 20 years. It's not going to happen like tomorrow. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's the end of the world tomorrow. No. 2040, 2045. That's when the singularity was supposed to happen anyway. That's when America loses the war. Okay, China steals all of our technology that we've been working on, all the fucking shit. And then they put it in everyone's brain cells. Singularity happens. Okay, and it's the Matrix. It'll literally be the Matrix after World War III. So I'm excited. I just saw that article about Shinzo Abe retiring, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy because he's gonna get out of there, and then they're just gonna fucking run train on it, man. They're just gonna take it over, dude. China don't fuck around, man. China does not fuck around. They are having parties in Wuhan now, which I'm a little jealous of. They're over there partying. I can't even do comedy all the time. What the fuck? No face masks, nothing. And some people, they were on Twitter like, well, that's what happens when everyone listens to the government and just quarantines. That's what happens when the government can do whatever they want. We get more freedom. Look at them. They're partying because they listen to the government. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, but I'm sure that party sucked in the sense of like, yeah, they weren't allowed to be like just spreading free ideas. They weren't allowed to be like, hey man, did you hear that new Joe Rogan podcast? They'd be like, oh, I'm going to report you to the authorities because you're listening to shit you're not supposed to. Okay, they had to listen to all this bullshit Chinese EDM music. You ever heard of one Chinese EDM artist? No, they're all Dutch. Okay, they're at this Chinese EDM concert. They're probably stealing beats. It's probably all stolen beats from some fucking Hardwell or something. They just stole a bunch of beats, man. Which, respect. It's China. They run it how they want to run it. They're like, we're stealing beats. This is what we fucking do, all right? We're Drake. But they just listened. If you just listened, you could be doing comedy. You could totally be doing comedy if everyone was listening to the government. Really? Really? That's how it's supposed to be. Just do what they say. Oh my God. Just do it. Just do it. People don't do what people say, okay? Not in America, because we got freedom. Freedom. Fuck America. Got the freedom. But that being said, I did talk to Mr. Mark Ridley of Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. I was booked to do a feature weekend there, October 1st through the 3rd. That date is in flux. I received a message from him. I reached out to him, and he messaged me back saying he doesn't know if it's going to happen. No idea. Who's to say? He has written to the governor and some other state representatives trying to open up, because I mean there are businesses open, right? Why are comedy clubs not open? You know, what is the big fear that you can't do a safe comedy show in a big venue like that? You know, I think it's doable. I'm also biased because I really want to do that weekend, because that would be a lot of fun. And I hope I get to do it. I really do. I'm planning, like I said, if you listen to the Open Mics podcast on Tuesday, I'm planning to be down in Oklahoma City in September. I got it one date booked right now, September 22nd, I believe it is. Just verify that. September 22nd is a Tuesday. I'm going to post more details on where exactly that show is, but I believe it's just south of Oklahoma City somewhere. And then from there, I'm going to head down to Dallas as well. Got some road dates that I'll be posting, but plan a little road trip, and then I will be back for that weekend. If it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm still going to be back, because I have shows the next week booked in with Mike Ball, future comedy shows. In Jackson, in Saginaw, in Midland. So that'll be I think October 6th through the 8th as well. So just some plugs, just some dates. Hopefully I get more. Hopefully they don't get canceled, but we will see. But without further ado, let us get to this week's porn star of the podcast. It is Miss Anya Ivy. Yes, born January 28th, 1992 in Atlanta, Georgia. Her birth name is Akila Walden Bryant. She stands 5'2". She has a mini bio here that I'm going to read as well. I'm a big fan of hers, but have been a fan of hers for a long time. I'm interested. I'm always interested, because I want to learn more about these stars, as I say. So here's the mini bio. Gorgeous, buxom, and shapely, 5'2", African-American knockout Anya Ivy was born on January 28th, 1992 in Atlanta, Georgia. Ivy spent her summers in Florida while growing up and lost her virginity at age 14. Wow, okay. Moreover, Anya was a competitive cheerleader who graduated from high school with honors. Ivy attended college for 2 years before she began performing in explicit hardcore foray at age 22 in 2014. Sounds about right. That's about when I saw her bust on the scene. In 2014, after meeting a woman who was established in the porn industry in her hometown of Atlanta, who introduced Ivy to her agent. Among the various adult websites that Ivy has worked for are Bang Bros, Brazzers, big fan, Mofos, Team Skeet, ATK Exotics, Reality Kings, Casting Couch X, Foot Fetish Daily, and New Sensations. So that is Miss Anya Ivy. There is a little bit more information. All the IMDb's I've noticed for these porn stars, it's a little different. There's a little bit different, because there isn't that much information out there about these women. I'm trying to put more information out there about these hardworking women. So, trivia question. Anya Ivy is represented by John Baumgartner and Sandra McCarthy's Nevada Organized Talent Agency OC Modeling, LLC. Interesting. I don't know how that's trivia, but it's trivia. It's trivial. Doesn't matter. I'll give you that. It's her modeling agency. I guess if I wanted her to do a private event, I don't have that kind of bankroll. Now we have some personal quotes as well from Miss Anya Ivy. I like everything artsy. I like live music. I like to dance. I like to eat, even though it doesn't look like it. That's so hilarious. I like to travel. I like to see new things. I like to paint, listen to good music, and sing. Wow, I hope that's not an actual quote. Maybe it is. Okay, on her future plans from an interview in 2015. I'll probably have my own business going as far as fashion because I work on bra designs. Okay. I want to have a family too. I plan on having seen the world. I have a lot of big dreams. Look at what's happened to me in just the last year. I can accomplish a lot in 5 years. Well, I hope she's accomplished some of that because this was 5 years ago. I know I can. That's what she says. On her sexual preferences, it depends on how I'm feeling. I like rough stuff if I'm in the mood for it. It's always confusing. So are you? When do you say that you're in the mood for it, okay? When she's in the mood for it. And I like gentle foreplay if I'm not expecting anything. Okay. I'll be like, ooh, let's see where this goes. Okay, this is okay, Anya, I see you. On whether working with older men in porn bothers her, she says no, because I learn a lot from them. Even though they're talent and we work together, we do end up having conversations and you learn a lot from everybody you meet. I think that's very good, especially for someone my age. This industry moves at such a fast pace that you want to learn as much as you can. I've really gotten into bondage lately. This is just a whole different quote, apparently. I've really gotten into bondage lately. I've never been a submissive person, but I don't know if it's because I've been exposed to it. There's something secure about knowing that the person who has you tied is there to pleasure you. There's something about that, and I'm fascinated by that. I am fascinated by that as well. That's interesting. I've never heard it described that way. I think a lot of times people who hear about bondage don't have that perspective. That's really interesting. So here's the quote. There's something secure about knowing that the person who has you tied is there to pleasure you. That is interesting, actually. And I'm not saying that because I've been engaged in a whole lot of bondage, but I'm just saying from a general perspective, right? The idea that, you can't move, but the person they're there for you, all right? They're there to protect you and make you feel amazing. And that, to me, that is amazing. To quote my good friend Jesse Lee Peterson, that is amazing. And you are amazing as well. I appreciate you for watching this. Please check out some of the other episodes. Check out the clips. Follow me, Beard Von Marcus, on Twitter and Instagram. And I will see you next week. Hey, or also you can come check out the Open Mics podcast every Tuesday as well. I'll host that with my buddy Justin. But otherwise, I will see you next week. Thank you.